Martin, please mute your mic. Okay, everyone, so welcome again to another MatrixMan FX Revengers Zoom session. It's been a slow week for us here, or for me. I took 2 L's on Tuesday, I think. So because of that, I was reluctant to trade for the rest of the week, just trying to observe price and see where my analysis went wrong. Looking at it today, it's still not 100% high probability for me. So as such, I am not using any of my high leverage accounts. I'm just using an account that I'm growing to minimize potential risk. Why am I doing this? Because for me, it's very dangerous to pick bottoms in a downtrend market. And as you can see, for the last few days, EU has been trending down and DXY has been trending up, to much to my dismay. So it's not the best idea to try and pick tops or bottoms. But for this New York session, I'm going to run with a low risk buy idea. I already outlined it, and I'm looking to see if I can get a retracement at the level outlined to enter for a long. As usual for us, we always try to outline where we don't want to see price go, like to mitigate early if we see that we're offside, so that we don't take the full damage per se. But all in all, this is just done to monitor price action, to just have an understanding of what it is you want to see and what you don't want to see. For me now, I don't want to see DXY trading above that 92.60 level anymore. And like I outlined before, it's a very dangerous game to try and pick the top in a bull market. And yeah, so let's see still. It's a low risk trade idea. Let me outline the stop for the EU and let's see how many pips we're working with. Look at the sell off at the on US 30. It's brutal, ain't it? It's brutal. It's brutal. Funny thing is, I think it's only just beginning. Those on the inside know that I've been firm in my conviction about a particular directions unfolding. I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks that well, let's see still. Let's see what happens. There's also a news release I see that's within the hour. I like that it's retracing now. I want to see if I can get that entry point and we take this by the time framing out and see how it plays out. Like I said, I'm not comfortable in picking the bottom, but my data suggests that it's a trade that I can take. So the only thing that's left is risk management. You guys know these things tend to pan out more often than they feel. So all you want to do is keep your win percentage above 50 and you can make a successful life out of trading. For us here, I don't know, the win percentage is somewhere around, well, I don't know. I don't know the exact percentage. All I know is the results that I calculate per month. And for the last 2 months, the first month it has been 7 wins, 2 losses. And for the last month, it's 7 win, 1 loss. And yes, there are a few duds that I don't really know what to call them. You can either call them for me and against me. If I'm trying to be really specific, some of them could be called for me, but I just throw that out there for you guys to see. Anyways, we're looking forward to the rest of the month. It's always important to remember that with trading, it's a full-time endeavor. It's like never get caught up on a particular week or a particular day or a particular opportunities missed, because this outlet for economic wealth and freedom is not going away anytime soon. Uh, for this to go away would literally mean the end of our race, because business and commerce will forever exist. It doesn't matter what will happen in the near or short term future. People will buy and sell goods, and there will be some medium of exchange. Potentially, I don't see the Forex market going away. I am a big fan of cryptocurrency. I like the idea of the anonymous nature or the anti-tracking and observation nature that it provides me. So I support Bitcoin, but I don't think Forex will die. I think it will transition to a digital currency, and that's the way that they will do it, because not a lot of people understand crypto and are willing to even understand. So there will always be an avenue and outlet for this. So the point in this long narration just now is that be patient. Be patient, guys. Like, this week has been slow for me, yes, but it's only the first week of July so far. We have 3 to 4 more weeks of trading left. And for those of you already, I already extend the time, so we have a lot of time to hunt. It's it just depends on your perspective on what type of signal provider you're looking for. I am not gonna change. I prefer to choose shots that I think is high probability and remove my risk than to just shoot willy-nilly and lose a lot. It doesn't suit my psyche because I'm very hard on myself basically. And I like to ensure that I follow all my rules and strategies that I outline. So been a slow week, but it's not been a slow year so far. That's my point. No, it's my first time using this whole demo trading thing on pay-per-view, so you'll have to forgive me about the quantities or thing about the size of it. I have not looked at this personally before. All of my other trades that I always send to the group has always been trades that I myself have been in. So I'm trying out this paper trading thing because I want to create more videos for YouTube, etc., etc. And some of the times it's easier to use this than to give access to my actual trading. Yeah, those videos on YouTube are representing of my actual trading. But no, on the demo, of course, for financial purposes. But for now, I'm trying to use this paper trade. So no, I like that it's retracing. We have just a little bit over half hour to go until that high impact news hit on Euro. We have to see what we'll get. Like, is DXY gonna continue to shoot to the moon, or has it made it stop? As traders, or as a trader, I know that it's extremely risky to try and pick a bottom, bit like saying that this right here is the bottom. It's extremely risky to try and do that because you just can't be 100% confident about that. The best thing would have been to wait for a clear and obvious trend in nature and price, some type of bull market going up, but we don't have that yet. So what I'm trying to do is frame out a potential buy that's within my risk comfortability and see what we can get. So I'm waiting for that price level to be it. And once it hit, I will look to enter the buy. All right, so as you guys can see, I entered the buy. I'm not sending this one in the Telegram group. I find it hard to do both. For those here, let's see how this one plays out. Like low risk 16 pip stop loss. Let's see how this one plays out. Now the level is being it. I was impatient just now. I should have waited for the 25 level to be it, but let's see how this one plays out. Worst case scenario for us is that it's the wrong bottom, and like I said publicly, it's not the best idea for us as a trader to try and pick the bottom, but we framed our risk. We know what we have to lose. So you just have to separate yourself from the trade idea there and just let the data and the analysis pan out, win, lose, or draw. If you're talented and you're accurate, you should be able to do this and win more time than you lose. And that's the real secret to becoming a successful trader. Not fearing the outcome, but taking action once it's there. the biggest aspect of my trading that still sometimes plague me to this day is the psychology part. Because during my journey, I've been hurt quite many times when my expectations doesn't pan out. So when these type of things happen, you always have to try and figure out what's the cure, what's the best way. And I think there is this guy, I don't remember his name, Mark something, that does a book called Trading in the Zone. And just anything that works on your psychology in general is a good thing to understand. You have to understand your personality, how you think, and why you think a particular way. Why am I saying this now? Well, you guys are my clients, and you pay me money each month to be here. So as a signal provider, so I'm just providing something now that I think is critical for you guys should you stay or not stay and you continue your own success, your own journey as a trader. So basically, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say here is that no, we just have to kind of step back and allow whatever that's gonna happen to happen. You kind of have to learn how to separate yourself from the outcome, and that's kind of like really challenging because you are the one who chose to engage. So how do you separate yourself from the outcome? Most reason why most people fail as traders are not able to gain consistent profitability is this, because as human beings, our psyche and our mind is literally built to get us to associate with things that are familiar to us. Like, let's say I buy a fresh pair of Clarks in Jamaica. Clarks are the it thing. It's a shoes from UK, right? Let's say I buy a fresh pair of Clarks now. I'm the hottest thing on the street when I'm walking down the roads, man. But the thing is now, then I always try and identify, who else here is with me wearing the Clarks? You know, like, oh, he has on the same shoes that I do or same clothes or whatever. This is the mind and the ego within the mind that is always trying to associate things that are familiar. So when you're looking to engage in trading, that's the thing that's going to happen. Your mind and your ego will look to engage within something that's familiar to you, and you attach yourself to the outcome. Now, this is very detrimental to any trader. You have to learn how to separate yourself from the outcome. And unless you go through some big personal growth of understanding yourself and who you are and why you think the way you do, most people will never overcome this hurdle. But the key is to just let whatever happens happen. That's why the most important caveat or the most important thing to being a trader is risk management. It's not talked about, it's not seen on social media, it's not talked about so much on YouTube. Like, don't get me wrong, a few people will talk and they make a video about it, but no one really goes like full in depth and do like a huge series just about the topic of risk management. I think they easily assume that, yeah, everybody understands it, and once you say risk this and risk that, uh, everybody will accept it. But it's so deep. It's so much more than that. It's a huge psychological hurdle or a burden or a pole vault or something that most people can't jump over. And I don't know if it's just myself because of the issues I have had in my development, but to fully understand risk management, you have to fully understand yourself. You have to understand what you're comfortable with winning, first off, to, to settle the nerves, and what you're comfortable with losing. But it's not just that, also, then you have to understand yourself. Are you like easily upset in life? Are you like easily troubled? Does things get to you right away? Or can you or do you have a strong poker face? Like, it's a very complicated topic. And now when we're sitting in the trade and we're watching it pan out, it's going up, but it's like, it's going up, so you start to feel good. No. Or then it's going down. Damn, it's going down, so you start to feel bad. No. You have your parameters outlined, like we stated before we even place the trade. We have our parameters outlined and we watch for it, we see what's it doing. Sorry. We see what's it doing, and then we look to mitigate, close, if we see that it's moving against us to a degree where we know that, okay, we're definitely offside and we're wrong. And we let it pan out. This is just something I feel encouraged to talk about, because I have a vision for what I want to be and how I'm going to get there and who is coming along for the ride. That's you people here in MMR. So it's critically important for you guys to understand, and the public also, should you choose to see this video and choose to interact with me in the future. It's critically important that you understand, like, who I am as an individual and who I am as a person and who I am as a trader. Because you're taking my signals, you're taking my trades, you're taking my analysis that I don't share publicly. I don't share any analysis, any concepts publicly. I just point to the spots and put entry and stop loss. You don't know? I'm not playing with lava. My mentor, not playing with that. So I don't share any analysis and concepts publicly. I just point to signals. But I want you guys to understand the person behind the signals so that you can understand or get more of a comfort within yourself and trust me more. uh, You know? So looking at it now, we still have to wait for the news release in the next 16 minutes to see whether or not. So far it's good, but that's also a mistake. You just have to be objective and analyze what's happening. It could also be trading lower, but we still would have to wait for the event to see if we're right or we're wrong. For me, this is why trading is literally one of the most hardest, or probably the hardest profession known to man, especially if you're a man, because as men, we have a lot of mental energy. We tend to use our mind more, and that can tend to trip us up, because there's lots of logic and understanding rules, and if you subscribe to patterns and all of the other stuff that's out there, it's literally a battle to defeat in your own self. And most people aren't aware that they are battling themselves. I'm a very competitive person, and in the early parts of my trading, once I started to see I wanted to like challenge everyone out there, like, hey, I'm the shit. I'm the best out here, man. Only Sensei alone is better than me, man. Like you see me on Instagram bragging and stunting because I know what I know and I know that I'm good at it. Now, even a few months ago, my ego was still like this. But I kind of like slowly, after over a year now at doing it, I kind of like slowly began to realize that ultimately all of that is pointless. I'm not doing it to prove to anyone that I'm the best. I'm doing it to provide a means of living and support for my family. And so far, so good. I have 3 kids. They're well fed. We're actually looking to move back home, my home country, Jamaica, within this year or sometime next year. We're leaving from Helsinki, Finland, and things are looking up for us. So the point of this monologue now is that you guys have to find your why. What's your why? What are you looking for this for? Are you looking for it to get rich quick? Nah, that won't work. You can get rich over time, but rich quick, no. I've been doing this for over a year and I've just started. Not like just I've for this year I've been getting like consistently profitable, you know? And it's a nice feeling. Yeah. And do you know why? It's because you have been through so much growing internally. It's like you've been through so much understanding of yourself that you are now able to see that, oh, hey, I would have done this in the past, but now I'm not going to do this because I've learned from my own self mistake. So most people aren't equipped mentally to ever breach this threshold. I'm fully confident that it doesn't matter what methodology what strategy, who's your mentor and whatnot. If you know yourself, you can make money in this business. If you know yourself, you can be profitable. It could be buying support and selling resistance, which is blasphemy, or trend line phantom, or buying double bottoms and selling double tops, or following the trend line, or harmonics or butterfly, even indicators. It could be anything. You would be making money from it if you know yourself. If you know yourself, you would be making money from it. So it's all about managing the risk and knowing what you want to see and what you don't want to see. So now we're looking at price, or we're looking at the trade. Now we would be looking to take something off, like some type of partial, because you never know. And then we'd look to be reducing risk. Why do we do this now, guys? And I really want the ones here to pay attention. Why do we do this? Because we don't know. I am not in control of this. I am in control of myself and my kids and my finances and some other stuff, but I am not in control of this. It's a very humbling thing. So if you're not in control of this, you always have to ensure that you take something off the table. Now you'd hear lots of, hold on, let me do this first. Hold on. So you see here we bagged 11 pips, right? Comfortable. You're sitting down wondering that, yeah, man, I'm the shit. I'm king at this, man. I'm bossing, man. Yeah, you better pay yourself something though. You better pay yourself something, or this is how I think. This is how my mentality is as a trader. And for you guys on the inside, I'm sharing this with you because you guys have to understand who your signal provider is. So now for the actual trade, well, I am not comfortable or familiar with using this trading view platform. Like look at the values here. I didn't even put correct quantities and whatnot or yada yada yada. It's my first time using this. But for the ones in the Telegram group, I would be like, yo, pay yourself something now. And we do this. We look to reduce our stop right away, or we put it in the break even. Oh, modifying. I think, yeah. Anyhow, and then some type of partial, but how you even do this with this thing? I don't know. Uh, Man, I have zero idea how to take a partial on this. I haven't used this before. So, but now I would be taking something off. I would be cutting this in half or something just for public analysis. It's my first time messing with this. I just created the account or something. I've never done this before. But I would be taking a partial here. If someone knows how to do it, they could say, but I would be taking a partial here, and we'd be looking to reduce stop some more, kind of like at to this low. I mean, because we don't really want to see it come back down to where we entered. For me, I want to see it continue to tear higher and shoot up ultimately to where my TP is. And as you guys can see here, we entered here. Drawdown for this trade was um 2 pips. Not bad. Oh, bagged 14 pips. Not bad. Now, there's still a lot of room to see how this can play out. The news is gonna hit in 6 minutes. But the point here would be that we would kind of protect ourselves with this trade and take something off, reduce the stop. So at worst, this trade idea would be like break even, a little bit break even plus, so that we make money from it. Because in my 1 year experience of being a trader, I've seen a lot of things and I've seen a lot of bullshit actually. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram and social media. They post so much bullshit. But let me tell you guys this straight. As a dad and as a man who has to feed his family, the nicest feeling is to know that you secured something. Is to know that at the end of the day, you can look at your wife and say that, hey, I made this for today, or hey, I made this for the month, or hey, I made this for the week. And this thing is easily scalable. It's easily scalable once you have the risk parameters in check. So it's kind of for the long haul, guys. It's not something that you guys would spend 1 month, or you can, but I wouldn't advise it. You spend 1 month and look to get rich off this right away. I mean, if you do follow what I say here and what I do, it easily pays for itself per month. And I'm not enticing anyone to trade. I'm not licensed. I'm not a demo experiences. You don't know, but it easily pays for itself every month if you have the proper risk management and the proper mind context going in. If you guys here want some one-on-one and want me to talk to you directly about risk management, man, I'll do that shit for free because it's something that I'm very passionate about. I don't think a lot is done in this industry when it comes to risk management and the psychology of risk management. Hey, I've been to some very, very low places that if I didn't have my wife, I would have given up on trading ages ago. But I had her as support, so she kind of helped me to bounce back when I blew many accounts. I think I blew around 15 to 20 accounts in the 1 year period where I started trading. I turned 50 to 2,000 euros, then lost it all. I passed challenges and then failed them the other day. Like so much psychological roller coaster up and down. But you want to know what the main caveat is? Understanding risk. And to understand risk, you have to understand yourself. It's literally a whole course. It's literally a degree. There's not a lot spent on it. People touch on it in passing, but people would have to sit down with each person individually and try and be like, hey, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your background. Tell me about how you grew up. Tell me about your personality. Tell me about your school. Tell me about what makes you tick. Tell me about your failures in life. Tell me about your successes. How did you feel? How did you? It's literally that's literally the thing that will make you a success or a failure in this industry. And I feel more should be done about it. That's why I'm still talking about it to this moment. If if I had the choice and if I had the platform, I wouldn't even be sharing analysis. Not that I am. I don't do that. I don't share my mentor's work. I don't share any analysis and concept, both publicly and privately. I don't do that shit. Just saying, all ownership to how I've learned to trade goes to my mentor, my sensei. I don't even mess with that. But it's not about that. That's not the main caveat to becoming a successful trader. The main caveat to becoming a successful trader is understanding yourself and proper risk management. Again, you could be doing any bullshit strategy and methodology out there. If you understand yourself and you have proper risk management, you can make a decent living off this and free yourself from this illusion called life and this 9 to 5 slave race. So for anyone here out there listening to this video and watching it, if you're interested, obviously the signal group is there. But if you're interested also, pay attention to these videos when I drop them, because I think I will be making it more about the psychological part, because obviously I'm not doing any analysis. So to kind of sit down and watch the chart by itself, it's boring. So I would really like to share a lot of the stuff that I have experienced and overcome personally to the public, just so that someone could find inspiration in it and continue on their own trading journey. Eh, the the media and the perception of trading is set against you guys from the get-go. Life is set against you guys from the get-go. This market, this whole scheme is set against you from the get-go. But only you can choose to overcome it for yourself. And no, you don't have to learn my mentor's concepts, and no, you don't have to learn his free concepts. Maybe that's a little bit controversial, but you don't have to. Any methodology out there is good enough for you if you know yourself. That's the thing. If you know yourself, it's good enough for you. Whatever thing you figure out is good enough for you if you know yourself. So, how do you know yourself? How can one come to fully understand themselves? Loving the reaction on DXY, it's going lower. And I'm loving the reaction I'm seeing on EU, it's steering higher. So let's see how much we can milk out of it. I would be taking another thing up here at the, let me see, this right here. We'll be taking something off there. We already took something off, but can't show it for here. And we already reduced stop. We already got 17 pips of this trade. We want to see how much we can go. 20 pips and put in stop loss to be if we can get the 20 pips bagged. And that's all you literally need. This thing is extremely scalable. And anyways, back to the psychology aspects of it. Any methodology out there is good enough for any individual. Yes, my sensei's thing is the absolute best out there, and nothing even come close. And I will not play with lava, so I will never do any type of analysis publicly, ever. But you don't need it. The main thing that you need, or the main thing that prospective traders need, is understanding of self. You have to understand yourself. Without understanding of yourself, you can learn the best strategy out there, which is my sensei stuff, and you still fuck up. You still lose. You still blow it. You still are a huge failure. You know why? As much as all my sensei put the stuff out there, most people out there are still fucking around with it and losing. They're still not seeing consistent gains, which we do see here at MatrixMan FX. Just saying, plugging that in for the last 2 months. It's 7 wins, 2 losses, 7 wins, 1 loss. Just plugging that in. But we, even though they have the literal best stuff out there, even on his free YouTube channel, it's literally the best stuff you'll ever find. They still can't get it. So why can't they get it? It's because of the mental barrier. Ah, this thing is freezing. Should be up now. Yeah. As I was saying, it's because of the mental barrier that many can't overcome. And many don't even know that they have it. They don't even know, and that's a sad thing. So for those interested, I'm willing to sit down with anyone and talk about this with you and try and figure out your own mental barriers to success. Because by assisting others, I'm also assisting myself to further develop the concepts that I understand and held now. And for me, the biggest joy I get in life is from helping others. It's not so much even the monetary value that you guys even give. It's the joy of helping people. Because even though I plan to grow this signal business as best as I possibly can, I don't need it. I don't need to be doing signals. I don't need to be a signal provider. I don't need any of it because I have shown you guys consistently for the last 2 months that I know my shit. So this is not a labor of profit. It's a labor of love because I wish if I was in other people's position, I would wish or want someone like me. I would want someone who are 100% open, 100% transparent, and 100% honest. And they actually know the best thing out there and they are giving it at a very, very, very discount price with a very, very, very strong track record. You know? Anyways, it's 6 a.m. The news just hit. I'm not seeing anything that would warrant like a major change for me now. So I would still hold the trade here. If you guys want me to stay on and let's see how these things play out, we have the other news it at 7:30 to see what we can get. But for now, this trade would be a peace of mind trade for me already. because I already took partials. The stop is already reduced to the point where if it goes against me, it goes against me in a position where, okay, I made something, but I lost the trade. Most people don't even think about that, ain't it? I made something, but I lost the trade. So that's why I did that. That's why I did that there. But just looking at it now, it's still good. Those on the inside know that I've been calling this tank, this huge tank. We've been calling it for a long time, and the future don't look bright for this particular country. It doesn't look bright, in my opinion. I see it going to the pits of hell, and I see people running around in fear and panic and pandemonium. But that's just all a choice again, also. That's a choice within the illusion called life. And you have to be equipped mentally and physically and spiritually to tackle it. Um, yeah, looking at it now, I would uh, I would already be doing something else and just like let's see how it goes. I only like watch the trade after, like, let me explain this. I monitor the trade and watch the trade to the point whereby I can be mind free, basically. A peace of mind aspect can happen because I have 3 kids at home. Now they are not at daycare, so it's someone else, so they're at home. So I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my life with my kids and my family and my wife. So I don't like staring at the chart so much anymore. I am not trading to be a maniac at it and to like 100% stare at the charts. Like when I'm looking for opportunities, I 100% stare at the chart and I look and I am a maniac then. But once I enter and I manage my trade to the position whereby I see that I can start to relax, fuck it, I start to relax. I'm not letting this be a substitute for a job. I'm not doing this so that it can be my job. I'm doing this so that it can be my freedom and my salvation. And how do you want to live? This again comes back down to psychology. So when you understand your psychology and why you're trading, you can easily outline what you're looking for, and then you can easily outline where you would look to enter and why, and then how you would allow the trade to play out. When you understand this and you think about it, like how you would allow the trade to play out, you free your mind, bro. You free your mind from all of the concepts and all of the stuff that bothers you. And I will stop talking for a while now. But the point here is we had a slow start to the week, meaning that we took the L, 2 L's on the EU when we were trying to buy it somewhere around here, and it tanked here on us and it took out our stop. Then we were still looking for a rally and it tanked here again on us. This is all internal stuff I'm sharing publicly. We got it there. Then we sat and we waited all of yesterday. And now we got in here, showing that the analysis or the fundamental outlook that I was looking at was probably right, but the timing was wrong. Then I understood my personal psychology and I'm like, okay, MatrixMan, I'm not gonna force it anymore. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna be rushing it. That's why I took the break yesterday. And I said, I'm not gonna rush it. And this is important for you guys on the inside to know. I wasn't gonna rush it. So I sat here now and I'm like, okay, now I see what I want. And as much as this huge sell-off scared the shit out of everyone. Everyone is scared. Everyone is looking to buy, sell now. Everyone is looking to sell. And it could easily well be a sell. But we now got in and we entered on a buy. totally against the trend, totally against the mold, totally against the overall thing. Why? Partly because my analysis skills are top notch, but most importantly, it's because of my psychology and the aspects of self that I know. And I'm just saying this again for the last time. It's more important that you know yourselves in trading more than any concepts, more than any analysis, more than anything. You have to know yourself first. Looking at it now, depends on how long I want to make this video. The last one was like over 2 hours. I don't know if anybody have time to watch that. Um, I still have 1 year with me. You can say, bro, if you want to wait this out with me and see what happens 7:30, New York time. But for me, I would back this trade as a win. I would actually begin to reduce my stop even more, and it's at the area where I would take another partial. So I would actually take it. And then this trade would literally be a risk-free trade for me going forward. Just like that, this trade is now risk-free, and I already paid myself something twice. The drawdown on this trade example, as you can see, let me remove this. Let me remove this thing right here. The drawdown for this trade example was 2 pips. And if you check the recording, I was actually a little bit frustrated on my about I was frustrated to myself that I entered too early. The entry point I wanted was outlined from the get-go. And anyway, let's see how this one plays out. We're already risk-free here, already risk-free. So there's not much we have to worry about anymore. We already paid ourselves something. We already demonstrate supreme skill right here. Skill. Live for the public. So, MMR, I want to ask you guys a question. Are you in it for the long haul? Are you in it forever? Or until you die? Because I'll do this until, well, let's see how long I do it for. But I'll be doing this for a while. So are you in it to get rich quick? Or are you in it to gain or accumulate wealth consistently per month that can absolutely change your life? That can, because I am a benefit of it. That can absolutely change your life. That can absolutely make a difference. That can absolutely let you say fuck you to the entire system. Or are you falling victim to the social media scam and charade that's out there? Mm. Someone just said they're in it for the marathon, not the sprint. I hope you took this trade, bro. Yeah, we are in it for the long haul, and we will continue to do stuff like this. Like, once you know yourself, and this is important, once you know yourself and once you understand yourself, everything else will open up for you. Everything else will be open to you. And that's when this becomes easy. That's when this becomes a laugh. You want to know what's the biggest thing? When you can actually place a trade and you have no fear. I've been experiencing that a little bit for the past 2 months now. And the main reason why I don't experience fear anymore with the trade is because I know myself. Bro, I know myself. Audience, I know myself. I know that I can do this every month consistently. I might not be able to do it every day, But every month, every week, I can do this. And then when you manage the risk, shit's almost legal, but it's not, because not a lot of people get here. Not a lot of people understand themselves. And not a lot of people have been through the struggles required to get them there. So all in all, I would be like, if this was in the Telegram group and I sent it, I would be like, yo, risk-free city stops at BE plus. Ensure you pay yourself. Let's see how this one plays out. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna close it here. I appreciate you, bro, for being here. I appreciate you, bro, for being here, and I appreciate everybody who actually tuned in. I didn't send it, but this one counted as a trade idea. I'm sure someone will back it up. That's was doing it. It's hard for me to do the Zoom and then send the signal to the Telegram group at the same time. So you guys would always have to forgive me for that. I will let it be clear then to people, but I can't do both. I can't do both, bro. So until next time, people, this is the Matrix Man. We are the Matrix Men Revengers. We do this every week of every month. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. Beautiful intro. Beautiful. Until next time, people.